So now, if you'll allow me, I want to take you on a little emotional journey. And it's a little exercise to just try and practice this awareness of feelings, awareness of emotions. And then at the end of it, then I'll lead you into a short meditation at the end of the journey. So the journey is going to consist of about 4 parts. I'm going to ask you to bring to mind, I'm going to ask you to sit up straight but close your eyes, and to bring to mind somewhere you really like, your sort of what I call your happy place, or just a place you feel safe and comfortable. That might be your living room, it might be a place at the beach, it might be in the woods, wherever it is for you. What is your safe, comfortable place? And I want you to picture yourself there. And then I'm going to do something slightly cruel, but it's just an exercise, it's just a training exercise, is I want you to bring to mind something that happened to you that was a little bit sad. And please, don't go with something that's caused you massive traumatic grief. This is just a training exercise. We're not trying to run a marathon here. So it's just a light training exercise. So I just want you to think of something that was a little bit sad. It might have been when you left a town to go to another place, or when you left school. It might be a memory from when you were a child and maybe you had a pet that died. So not the most traumatic thing that's ever happened to you, but just something that was somewhat sad, that would allow you to feel sadness. If you allowed it to flow through you, you would feel sad. Not huge amounts, not overwhelming amounts, not uncontrollable amounts, but just to allow you to explore feeling a little bit sad. Then I will ask you to go back to your happy place, your safe place. Picture yourself there, calm, relaxed, content. And then I'll ask you to bring to mind a very, very pleasant memory, like a really, really happy memory, something that made you feel joy. And then we're going to see if you can allow the joy to flow through you, and to really explore joy just as much as sadness, just to explore it with non-judgment, non-striving, and curiosity, to look at it really closely. And then I'll lead you into the meditation. So, if I may, if you'll join me, just do your best with this. Don't overthink it. And if at any point it gets too much, just back off and be very kind to yourself. Don't overdo this. Don't push it too hard. This is not a situation where you should push yourself to the limit. It's just an exercise in exploring feelings and noticing how they feel. So I invite you to sit up straight. Take a deep breath in and let it out. Just invite you to picture yourself in a place you feel very comfortable and very safe. I'd like you to, if you're visually oriented, I'd like you to really see what's around you, see your surroundings. See if you can hear anything in your location. Are there any smells? What is the temperature? And I'd like you to see if you can bring on a sense of calm and peace. Breathing deeply and slowly. And noticing what that feels like. Then take a deep breath in and let it out. I'd like you to bring to mind something sad that happened to you. You can control this as much as you like to see if you can allow yourself to feel the sadness, but only as much as you're comfortable doing. And I know that that's a bit counterintuitive, but just for the exercise, to see if you can allow yourself to feel sad. And try to avoid having a conversation about this in your head. Just see if you can allow the feeling to flow. But really look at it with curiosity. Really noticing in detail where you feel sad. Me, I tend to feel it in my chest, in my neck, in my face. My throat. See if you can notice if you're resisting the feeling. And by all means, hold back as much as you want to. But in the exercise, we're just trying to become familiar with this idea of sitting with the feeling exactly as it is, to the extent that you can. Does it have a temperature? Sometimes with sadness, there's a coldness to it, although right now, as I'm doing the exercise, I actually feel a little bit of heat in my face. And see if you can really notice truly what the sadness feels like. There's, at least for me, there's an ache somewhere at the top of the belly, going all the way to the throat. Just seeing if you can sit with the feeling, allowing it to be, but exploring it with curiosity. Okay, that's enough of that. Let's take a deep breath in and let it out. And just invite you to go back to your safe place, your happy place. Just see yourself back there. Take a couple of deep breaths. And allow yourself to have that feeling again of calm, peace, relaxation. Noticing your breathing. One more deep breath in. And let it out. And now I'd like you to bring to mind a great memory, a really happy moment. Might be a wedding day, might be birth of a baby, might be falling in love. Might be as simple as when your team won a championship or an important game, but something that brought you great joy. And I'd like you to bring that to mind and allow the joy to flow through you. And if it doesn't put a smile on your face, I'm going to encourage you just to put a smile on your face, to allow the feeling to flow. and really enjoy it. Allow it to flow through you. But again, allowing it to be what it is. And then looking at it really closely to see, what is this joy thing? What does it actually feel like in the body? Is there a temperature to it? Is there an energy to it? Why does it make the corners of your mouth curl up? Now it's relatively easy to sit with joy or any of the other pleasant emotions if we allow them to flow. But notice how there is very little resistance here. You allow the feeling to be, to flow. You allow yourself to experience it completely. But for the purposes of this exercise, also use that curiosity to look at it closely. I'd like to transition from here into just a shortish meditation, about 5 minutes or so. I'll lead you in, and it's not going to be just on the breath. I'm going to invite you to be aware of absolutely everything you're feeling in this moment. To bring your awareness very open towards your breathing, but also to notice your body, to notice any sounds you can hear, and also to be just aware of what you're feeling right now, to the extent that you can. So take a nice deep breath in. And let it out. And just allow your breathing to return to normal. Noticing the sensation of the in-breath and the out-breath. At the same time, noticing how your body is moving as you breathe. Noticing the other sensations in your body. The big obvious ones, but also all of the little subtle ones. Noticing any sounds. And try to do all of this without having a conversation about it. You're not trying to identify it or think about how you might talk about it to somebody. Just see if you can simply sit purely in the awareness of the present moment. And then see if you can also be aware of your feelings, whether they are pleasant, neutral, or a little bit unpleasant. Again, not having a conversation about it in your head, just seeing if you can rest with the emotion. When your mind drags you away and you start to think about stuff, that's fine. Just notice it and then bring it back to the breath. And then try and rest in sensation of everything you're feeling in this moment. We'll do this for about 5 minutes. Just remind you that there's nothing wrong with getting distracted by the mind. It's what the mind does. And then when we notice it's happened, just be very gentle with yourself and simply notice that it happened. That's all. No judgment. And then just start again. Resting very gently on this breath. Noticing the sensations in your body. Allowing yourself to become fully absorbed simply in what's going on in the moment. I invite you to take a deep breath in and let it out. Once again, just to check in again with this exercise and simply see if you can notice how you're feeling without judging it, without resisting it, without having a conversation about it. Just see if you can simply notice what's true. And it might be complicated. There might be a number of things going on. It's possible to feel calm and grateful and anxious and frustrated all at the same time. So just see if you can notice what's true for you right now. And take another deep breath in. And then let it all the way out. And when you're ready, open your eyes and connect yourself back into the room.